channel, I'm Jess. Today I want to talk about the recent Chanel runway show and particularly emphasize on the handbags because I'm not going to lie guys, I'm not a Chanel ready-to-wear client obviously. I would rather invest in handbags, and handbags, yes, I will drop the money on. So I wanted to share my opinions on the bags and whether I feel like I want to buy them or not, and whether I think they're going to be successful for Chanel. Now, this is the Metiers Dark collection, so this tends to be a collection which it's very detailed. They like to showcase all the different artisans that they use. For example, Chanel work with different manufacturers that focus on, that they specialize in different categories, like for example shoes or feather work or pleating. So you know, Maison Margiela, Lesage, Gousson, Longon, La Mer, they're all certain companies that Chanel work with and support in a way, and then they like to showcase all their craftsmanship and really emphasize on that aspect. So you'll see, you know, a lot of intricate detail, beautiful pieces in the Metiers Dark collection, and they do it once a year, and it tends to be very highly anticipated. So this collection got a lot of mixed reviews from what I saw online, and people either loved it, they thought it was like one of the best fashion shows ever from Chanel, or they, you know, a lot of Chanel clientele didn't really like it at all and saw nothing that they would buy in it. They found it quite ugly even, and I can kind of get both sides. I mean, the whole show was set in I'm sure you guys already know this, but it was set in like a train station in New York, and I think the whole idea about it was that it was trying to show different characters that would be on the subway, and like superheroes, like people who go to work, like, I don't know, even streetwalkers. There was a whole lot of different kind of vibes that were going on, 80s vibe, 1920s vibe. So it was very random, but I think that was the whole point of the fashion show. For me personally, when it first hit, like when I first was watching it live on my laptop, I was quite excited, and I loved how it was not quite luxury at all. It was very crazy, a lot of animal prints and, you know, beading and details. That's what I found quite exciting about it. However, I will say, looking at the overall styling and the outfits, it was kind of like mixing really pretty things with kind of ugly things and really paring down the makeup. And I don't know if I actually liked it, but I thought it was interesting at the time. So yeah, I don't know guys, I'm a bit divided about whether I love or don't like the fashion show, to be honest. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. However, let's focus on the handbags because I know that's what most people like to spend their money on. First bag that really grabbed my attention was the Chanel 25 bag in this really hairy, like pony hair Dalmatian print. Well, it kind of looks like a cheetah or something. Yeah, it's a cheetah print. So it's a fluffy version of the Chanel 25. Now, I'm going to assume this is not real fur or real cheetah. I mean, that would be crazy, but I'm sure in the past they did use real cheetah fur. It will cost a fortune. But yeah, this is like, I guess it does look a bit tacky, but in a way I kind of like it. I can see this working with, like, even with what I'm wearing today, it would look like quite cool. Yes, it's a bit crazy, but I do love it. So yeah, Chanel 25, I was never really into the Chanel 25, to be honest. I feel like it's a bit of an Hermes Lindy-esque bag. I would rather go for an Hermes bag personally over a Chanel, because Chanel quality is not what it used to be when it comes to handbags, which is why I personally like collecting Hermes. However, I see with Chanel, they're very fashion focused. They get a bit more experimental. They use like crazy materials, beading, tweeds, and I think that's what they're known for, right? They're definitely like a fashion brand. So they're definitely bringing the fashion with this fashion show with this bag. So yeah, I guess this is going to kind of like inspire people to wear more animal print, right? Maybe mixed prints a lot. Yeah, but it's definitely a trendy bag. Like, this is not something that I would say is a classic design. It's of the moment, it's of the now. So yeah, I don't know guys, I kind of like it though for some reason. It's ugly, but cute ugly. Next animal print bag was this. Yeah, this actually looks like Dalmatian. This is I I have not seen this Chanel bag before. I don't even know how to explain this. It's kind of like, it looks very retro, like 60s silhouette. And then it has a little CC clasp with a red contrasting lining. And even features a bag charm of the Empire State Building, I'm going to say. Like, it's a building in New York. Sorry, guys, I'm not very good at, like, what's in New York and whatever. Anyways, I sound a bit dumb right now, but okay, it has a bag charm, New York theme on it. Yeah, the Dalmatian print. This bag, I do like the print. I will say it's quite cool. I like the red contrast. But is this very Chanel? I guess other than the CC logo on it, I would say not really. Like, I don't really see... I guess because it doesn't have any quilting, it doesn't have any chains, which is something that I feel like Chanel bags was making them quite boring. I kind of like how Mathieu Blazy is kind of bringing in different silhouettes and changing it up a little bit and changing how we perceive Chanel in a way. But is this bag something that I think is going to be popular? Honestly, it's quite cute. I do like the bag charm on it as well. Obviously, I'm a big bag charm lover. The Dalmatian looks like some sort of like pony hair, I'm guessing. Yeah, but yeah, it's quite interesting. I actually have a Dalmatian print bag myself. I bought this in Japan. I always brag about this bag, but I got this in Japan, and this bag is actually from the year 2000. It's an Hermes Bolide, and it also has a Dalmatian kind of print, but it is buffalo leather. So they've dyed it in a way to create this effect, whereas this pony hair, I guess they've just dyed it like Dalmatian print, and it would have the fluffy kind of shaggy texture. Interesting. I assume this bag is going to come in other colors as well. Then we have this big oversized jumbo with no quilting in leopard print, and it seems to be in some sort of tweed. As I said, I think, you know, Chanel, particularly in the Metiers Dark collection, they like to showcase the intricacies of their tweeds, like to really shake it up. So this, to me, is like quite a statement bag. Chanel doesn't often do leopard print. Honestly, I associate leopard print with more like brands like Saint Laurent even, who kind of popularized leopard print. It used to be more associated, I mean, you know, maybe before the 70s, it was seen as more of something you would see like streetwalkers wear, and then it became kind of fashionable to wear leopard print. So yeah, I guess it's being reinvigorated into Chanel, but it's not something that I particularly would associate with Chanel as a brand. However, I mean, why not experiment with leopard print? I did hear actually that Coco Chanel herself was seen wearing a leopard print coat at some point, so perhaps it's a reference to that. I have to actually do some more research into that, but perhaps it is in some way connected to the brand as well. I don't know, guys, but yeah, very oversized, relaxed bag. And I saw this similar silhouette actually, I think it was Rihanna's husband. Sorry, guys, I don't know all the details of like the fashion show, but he was wearing this very oversized Chanel bag, and it was actually also seen, I think, on the first look, this big brown jumbo bag in like plain leather. And yeah, this is just like a new silhouette from Chanel. It's kind of similar to the travel style flap bags that they sometimes do, like the XXL flaps, but it doesn't have quilting and it's just a little bit more floppy. It eases more into that silhouette. Okay, another crazy bag here. This is a Chanel. It almost looks like a classic flap, but it has these chunky sequins on it in like a tiger print. Again, another kind of animal reference. Then a sequin flap with this comic book. It kind of, I don't know, it almost looks like, reminds me of like Roy Lichtenstein or something, but I'm not sure what this actual movie is. But I know that Chanel did do, when Carl was the designer, they did do these comic book flaps that had like Chanel No. 5 comic on it. A lot of the flap bags actually in this collection didn't have any quilting. They tended to be like a plain leather. And I did notice a few really simple tote bags, double bag looks, which we also saw, to be honest, at Bottega Veneta. When Mathieu Blazy was designing there, he would kind of pair like a paper bag with another bag. So there is like notes of Bottega here too, of what Mathieu did at Bottega. You can kind of see it. I guess that's his signature, and that's what he's bringing to Chanel. But yeah, is it Chanel? I don't know. But what I guess he's trying to redefine Chanel, right? Another Chanel 25 here in like a hairy, like bear leather with some Chanel bag charms on it. You know, I noticed this little apple Menordier too. Also from, I'm actually referencing a few different places where I found these photos. There was style.com and also Persbop posted a whole lot of pictures. I found this kind of interesting, this dark red lambskin flat bag with a little Coco Chanel with a dog, little chain hanging between the bag. This is quite a cute bag, to be honest. A little bit quirky, a bit more novelty. And yeah, it's playful. I quite like it, actually. It's quite cute. Then there was this beaded flat bag, which also had a big poodle on it. Actually, it's not a Dalmatian, it's a poodle. These bags were interesting as well. These are a little bit of a play on, you know, older Chanel tote bags, maybe like the executive tote or something, in the suede. Again, it's kind of like, doesn't seem like what you'd associate Chanel with, these big totes with these leather handles, but I guess that's something that if you need a work bag, maybe this would be great for work. It's kind of like a trend that we've seen a lot, even at Balenciaga, these like slouchy top handle bags. And then obviously there was like a few standout bags as well, like these animal flat bags, like the Giraffe. There was also a squirrel. I don't know if these will be bags that you would necessarily wear, but they're probably collector's pieces and created a little bit of buzz for the fashion show. Crocodile embossed bags as well. I don't think that these are real crocodile. I'm going to assume, because I know that Chanel doesn't do exotic anymore. But I quite liked the shape of this little East-West bag with the long straps and the CC logo. Super cute in the red. I actually really loved that. But yeah, it's cute. And then there was also a few other croc embossed bags. So these more vintage looking styles with these really strong gold hardware with a top handle. These really reminded me of something you would have seen in the 90s. And in this gorgeous like croc embossed red, and then there was also a croc embossed dark green. Really pretty. I do wonder how much these are going to cost as well, because they do look quite special, but the only thing is that they're not real exotic, which perhaps some people wouldn't like. This was quite a crazy oversized bag as well, in this it kind of looked like a spider or like a poisonous bug or something in this trippy design. Really random. But I think that was the whole point of the fashion show. It was like a whole lot of different random characters together in this really strong acid yellow. Quite crazy. And yeah, there was a lot of other crazy bags in the fashion show, but that were just some of the ones I wanted to point out. So let me know, guys, what you think about any of these runway bags. What was your favorite? My favorites, I actually really did like this little croc embossed shoulder bag. That was quite cute, but I will say it's quite trendy, and it does kind of give me a similar vibe to like my Coach swing zip tote, you know, one of these kind of styles, which is very trendy at the moment. I don't know if it's got a lot of longevity. I know also like Jenny from Blackpink was wearing a similar Chanel bag at the previous runway show. But I do kind of like the animal prints. I'm not going to lie. I think they're fun. I think having a little leopard print animal bag is quite cute, actually. But yeah, let me know what you think about these bags, guys. Do you think it's cute or just ugly? Thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye!